Girl, one thing about Nicki Minaj fans, they gonna eat me up.
Y'all already know what time it is. I got the black V-neck on.
Girl, what is going on, y'all? If there is any interesting relationship I have, it is with Nicki Minaj fans. They be eating me up. Like, they be dragging me. So recently, last week, it was announced, or it was, talked about, or whatever. Nicki Minaj was, talking to folks over at Bravo about hosting Real Housewives of Potomac, the reunion. And, I saw it, and I was like, I don't know how to feel about this. And, somebody tagged me in it and was like, I want to know your thoughts on this. And I tweeted and said that I don't want to see Nicki Minaj host Real Housewives of Potomac. And the girls started to eat me up. I don't know who it was, but there is probably one or two stan pages that really be invested in everything that I say, and I love that for myself. And girl, they got online and they retweeted it and sent the Barbz at me. And the Barbz were dragging the entire document out of me. And I could do nothing but laugh. But it was also very concerning. Like, let me tell you something. Jokes, if you want to talk about any part of my life where jokes and stuff were getting to me and I felt very harassed online, you have to go back to 2016, around probably May, June, July. Folks who've been following me know what was going on around that time. There was a lot of stuff going on online between me and this other YouTuber, or two YouTubers or whatever, what have you, or whatever. And it was just a lot. It was a lot. Now, that was stressful for me. But the things that I have been through, the anti-fatness, the HIV stigma, all of the things, literally does not bother me. It only bothers me because I know there are people who have these similar identities like myself, who are fat, who are dark-skinned, who are living with HIV. So when people make comments and say derogatory things about me, I be feeling bad for those folks who deal with that in the world and have to deal with the repercussions of folks who think like that. And it's just like, it doesn't get to me like that. Like, if anything, if me talking about it, the only thing that I do is discuss how trash it is that you get so upset about me giving my opinion about an artist that doesn't know you, which is very confusing. Like, y'all do not know this woman. It's giving very much parasocial relationship. Like, you all need to seek help. There's no celebrity or anybody that I'm standing to defend like that. And some girl with a stan page, she quoted me and she said, nobody woke up and, asked, what the King of Reeds thought about this. I was like, yes, somebody did. And I don't know if you are drunk on delusion. There are 100 and something thousand people who are following me on YouTube alone. And other platforms that I use, some that are public and some that are private, and behind paywalls, that people are interested in my opinion. This is literally how I make a living. Like, I've been giving my opinion online for forever, since there was Black Planet, since there was MySpace. I've been doing this for quite a long time, and this has been the only job or only thing that I do as far as getting income, and I've been doing that since 2015. And I would not be here had it not been for the people who do wake up and be like, you know what, I want to know what Justin thinks about this. I want to know what the King of Reeds thinks about this. I want to type in Justin J and see what he has to say about this. There are people who love my opinion, and I love them for supporting me and wanting to, talk about whatever is on my mind. Like, I love that. So some of the comments were very nasty. Some of them were very, very, very rude. It was a lot of body shaming, a lot of anti-fatness, which I am kind of used to, but I don't kind of get used to it. It's kind of like I expect it. Like, I expect low of, the Nicki Minaj fans. I expect low of you all because you all are so worried about what folks say about Nicki Minaj versus holding y'all fave accountable for doing music with abusers and folks who've been called out for some very problematic things and some very disgusting things too. So I just find it very odd that you all are so worried about me saying that you shouldn't host the Real Housewives of Potomac reunion. I have no control over Bravo. I don't influence Bravo like that. I don't think I do. Y'all are giving me more credit than I would give myself that Bravo is listening to me, but I know that a lot of things I've said came to pass, and a lot of people like, I can see that. And I just don't see y'all fave. I don't see Nicki Minaj hosting a Real Housewives of Potomac reunion. To host a reunion, you would have to be focused on the cast, the people. Like, it's not about you. And Nicki Minaj is very, herself. Like, it's not about her and her big personality. And people say, well, what's wrong with, her hosting it if we're going to let Andy Cohen? I'm not a big fan of Andy Cohen hosting it, but I do think that Andy is able to get these, these ladies and stuff in some type of like structure to get them to talk, because he is essentially a little bit, their supervisor. He's running the thing, so they're going to listen to him and they're going to respect him in a way that, they won't probably do with other hosts. But also, I'm not a fan of Andy Cohen, hosting when it comes to Real Housewives of Atlanta and Potomac, because his microaggressions do be showing when he be making comments about, who's on Reddit tonight, and when he talks about blackness and stuff, and how he was taking up for Kim a little bit when Kim was talking about some racism doesn't exist. I just don't see Nicki Minaj being able to, do these things. Andy can't do it. He barely gets by. I don't see it for Nicki, and I don't think that Nicki Minaj has a good politic to be able to even have these type of conversations. Yes, I felt like she did a decent job on American Idol. I liked her personality on American Idol, but I don't think the Nicki Minaj that was on American Idol exists today. I think she's changed, as she should, but I don't know if it's good enough for her to be hosting a reunion. This is not Instagram Live. This is not, F, Mary, kill. Like, it's not that. This is literally finding out what's going on, how we can have a conversation about what such and such did and how they, like, that type of thing. And like, Queen Radio was ghetto mess that we love. There was no structure for Queen Radio. It was just Nicki talking and venting about the industry. And a majority of Queen Radio was fueled by the drama of her and Cardi B, and her having disputes with artists that she don't like. I think Nicki I think she's interested enough to do some type of podcast, a weekly podcast, a weekly show or something, but I think majority of it is because people are interested in the mess and her talking about or slighting or shading such and such and all of that. Like, that's a lot of reason why people pay attention, and we can see that because some of the numbers for her Queen Radio and Instagram Live are higher than when she be on, like, selling singles. Let's be honest. Like, I'm just gonna be completely honest, and I like Nicki. I don't know how many times I have to say that for people. I enjoy Nicki's music, but Nicki's like actions and stuff have very much turned me off over the last couple of years. And this is coming from somebody who was like dragging Cardi for some of the things that she said. But if I want to, if we're gonna compare the two, right now, I'm leaning a little bit towards Cardi a little bit. And I'm not trying to be on anyone's side because it's all my side. Like, I'm interested in me. I don't have a side with Cardi or Nicki, but if you want to say, who more likely I'm listening to, as far as like politics and growth, I would say that it's Cardi B. I just think that Nicki is just, I don't know. I don't think she's listening. I think she's listening to a very select few of people who are consuming her and not really putting anything in her, just consuming her, not pouring into her, just consuming every little thing about her. These fans are not pouring into Nicki. They are literally consuming her. And I think that it has to be a relationship with, like, the artists and the folks who consume, like, you have pour into them. I don't believe that the folks who are sitting here using anti-fatness and HIV stigma to drag somebody because they have an opinion about Nicki Minaj hosting a Real Housewives of Potomac reunion is a good thing. Like if you have a fan base that's doing that, something is not right. Like something is just not clicking. Maybe because all of y'all are underage. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe all of y'all are under 17. And trust me, let me tell you something. Because the girls were dragging and they were having a good kiki. Now it's time for me to kiki. The girls were saying, oh, nobody wants your unpopular opinion or whatever you want to call it. Girl, my opinion has literally purchased this house that I'm sitting in right now talking to you in. The very echo that you hear because my interior designer hasn't had a chance to come in and set stuff right. Like, not to boast or whatever, but I promise you, and I swear this on my life, I am not pressed about what you think about me online. Girl, life is good. Life is great for me. The fact that I can pay my bills and not be worried about like stringing together, put a couple of dollars or go to Miss Coinstar and like I have in the past, or me pawning my computer or something, or me getting a title on to pay bills and stuff, is a great thing. And I promise you, nothing you can say out of your mouth, no anti-fat tweet, no colorist thing, you calling me telling me to go work out, which I actually do have a trainer that literally comes to my house twice a week. People keep saying, oh, well, you're not losing weight. You're not, because my goal isn't to lose weight. Even if you had a conversation with my trainer, he would tell you that Justin is not focused on losing weight. Justin is focused on being active. That's it. I've been let that go. And honestly, me focusing on, just being active and just moving my body has made me more interested in working out than in the past when I was completely focused on losing weight. When I was focused on losing weight and slimming down and all of that, I wasn't very productive in the gym. I wasn't doing it because I wasn't seeing the results. But me challenging my anti-fatness and all of these things, I've been able to love on myself. Now we all have our days where we're just like, oh girl, I'm not feeling myself today. But girl, after a haircut, I'm feeling it. After these locks get redone, I'll be feeling it. I'm feeling it right now. I'm feeling my beat. I'm feeling my pussy. I'm feeling everything. And nothing you can say on Twitter would ever bother me. You can take any tweet, you can take any picture, make fun of me. Please do that. I promise you. I promise you, Lord Baelish. Together we murder the king. And if my head was to fall, I would have nothing to hide, period. If my house was to fall, I would have nothing to hide, period. Game of Thrones on your ass. But to just put it bluntly, I don't think that Nicki Minaj would be a good host for Real Housewives of Potomac for so many reasons. I don't want to hear a child, ooh, beep, beep, bop. I just don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. I just want to see somebody like tone down and just making it about the cast and not themselves. And I don't think Nicki Minaj is present. I don't think she's present right now to not be about just herself in a moment. Like we see that, we saw that when she's done other stuff, so I just don't see it. But if it happens, I will, probably watch, probably won't. I haven't reviewed any episodes besides the first episode of this season, honestly. And the people ain't asked me to review it, so I haven't necessarily reviewed it. But girl, yes, Nicki Minaj fans, do what you do. I just find it just interesting. I want some of people to go and look at that tweet because a lot of them are very, very concerning. I'm actually gonna pull up a couple of them. I'm not gonna share them because, girl, the girls were going in on it. Like, I just honestly don't know what to tell y'all, other than the things that I've already said in this video. But I just don't see it for her hosting a reunion. But please, chop this video down, take clips, please, screen record it, post it wherever you need to, drag me. Let me tell you something. One thing about visibility, I love it. I love visibility. Feed me, feed my big body ass. Feed me with all of the attention. Feed me that I know that just me saying or tweeting something bothers you so much to the point that you have to screen record, you have to screen grab, you have to download something to drag me says a lot. And the reason why I'm covering your fave is because that's what I get paid to do. People make suggestions. They say, hey girl, I want you to talk about this, and I consider it. I think the main issue that a lot of Barbz have a problem with, because when I was dragging Cardi B, there was no issue. When I was going in on Cardi B and saying stuff, there was no issue. But I think y'all don't like the fact that I've talked about some of the things that Nicki Minaj is uncomfortable talking about, which was why she disappeared for a couple of months. And that is, she is married to somebody who's on the registry. And not a gift registry for Target or Fendi. It's giving, they own the registry because they have done some harm to someone. And that's the real conversation that the Barbz need to be having. Is that Nicki Minaj seems to have a very close connection with a lot of folks who've been accused of some very disgusting things. So girl, that's the conversation that the Barbz need to be having, not how much weight that Justin is losing, how much weight Justin is gaining, or what Justin is giving this week, and da-da-da-da. It needs to be focused on why y'all fave did a music video with somebody who's been accused and been convicted, if I'm not mistaken, of being inappropriate with a minor. But that's all I got for y'all this evening. I will end this in saying, no, I don't see Homegirl hosting a Real Housewives of Potomac reunion. But if she does, so be it. I don't have no power over Bravo. All I can do is just give my insight on how I feel about it, like I do anything else. And I love y'all. And until next time, I'll talk y'all later on tonight. Bye.